today's video, I'm going to be telling you how the Trail Ruins, the Deep Dark, the Creeper, the Nether Star, and even the Night Sky are connected because of one structure, the Desert Temple. Now, let's go inside and show all the evidence for this theory. It all starts by entering. And there's some simple stuff. We have the treasure room, which is, well, one of the most nostalgic rooms and, well, most well known. And also there's the new room, which doesn't really have a name, but that you can get suspicious sand from there, which can give you all of these items. Then we also have the towers. Then we got this empty room that's in a pyramid shape. But about the loot from the suspicious sand, the two important ones are the TNT and the gunpowder. Now these two items are important because of something certain you can find in the Desert Temple. Like the treasure room can also spawn with gunpowder and TNT. And then there's also creeper carvings on the wall, meaning these were pretty explosive people and they could easily have been the creators of the creeper. And then there's also this room that's just an empty room and it's in the shape of a pyramid, but surprisingly it could just perfectly fit a beacon inside. Coincidence? I don't think so. And another thing to point out is that the floor carving kind of looks like a nether star. So I wouldn't be surprised if this was related to beacons. We can see in the building blocks of the Desert Temple, we can also see terracotta. And not much structures in Minecraft use terracotta. And that's one of the reasons why I think the Trail Ruins and the Desert Temple are connected. And another reason is because the Trail Ruins has the Danger Pottery Shard, which has a creeper carving on it, which is another reason why I think they're connected. But then where does the Deep Dark come from? Well, if you watch this video from Weefies about him solving Disc 5, and what his theory about it is that a wither comes into the Deep Dark, and then the people send their army, and then they summon wardens with this fake catalyst, which is actually confirmed to be a portal from Minecraft Spicewood. And then the warden gets summoned, and then it kills the wither. So, after that, they had to have done something with the Nether Star, because eventually they probably would have left it because of the wardens. Which really does make sense. Because, well, they're very dangerous. Being the strongest mob of the game, I wouldn't blame them. So, but then where's the Night Sky come in? Well, I will explain that as I'm telling you the story of the theory in the first place. So, let me tell you my theory of the Desert Temple's lore. It all started after the Wither had founded the city of the ancient builders. So, the person who found the Wither warned everyone else, and they sent their army to, go distract it while they were lighting the portal. After they did that, then a warden came out of the portal, and it fought and killed the Wither. Now, while this was happening, everyone else was evacuating. But after the, Wither died, someone had to have gotten the Nether Star and then ran off with it. After the warden killed the Wither, and then they went to the Badlands to get some resources, and then after that they went to the desert because, well, they needed some resources from the desert villagers there. So, for now, they were going to have to build a settlement. So, they started constructing the Desert Temple. It was a very fine concept, and they had a good plan that would really make the Nether Star useful. So they crafted beacons, then they built everything, and after that, they filled up that pyramid-shaped room, and then turned that into where the beacon was going to be. After they placed the beacon, they built everything else, and then they were done. But other people that came from other ancient cities, they were starting to get the same plan, using the beams of the beacon to mark where their desert temple was. So they started doing the same plan, so that their guards wouldn't get lost after trading with the villagers for the day. But this was starting to get guards confused, as there were more than one beacon beam and it started confusing them. And this was causing guards to go missing. And eventually, this was just not a good thing. More and more guards were going missing by the day, so they decided to go to war and so they could stop the guards from going missing. But then, like, one of the teams was losing, so they had to use well, I think that the room filled with sand is actually an experiment room. So they went into the experiment room and they built the creeper there. Now, what I'm showing you right now isn't like actually how they built it. Well, maybe it is, but I don't know how they built it. So this is just an example. So after they built the creeper, they led them to the desert temple, and then they fought as the creepers were blowing up the enemy. As the creepers were only built to kill players. That's why they don't kill other mobs, just players. But eventually, after this war, people were running out of resources, the villagers were too. So they started moving out of the village, and well, out of the desert. So they started mining their beacons, hiding some of their extra treasures, and they were starting to even cover the experiment rooms with sand and leaving some evidence that they existed with pottery sherds. Then, they also built a treasure room under the Nether Star carving. Well, really, it was just a terracotta build. But they hid the treasure room under there and used some TNT to guard it. Then they were like, got out of there, and then they left the temple for good. Then the beacon had to have been destroyed, as it was the thing that was causing all these problems. So they destroyed the beacon, and the Nether Star comes out. And then, what do those Nether Stars do? They jolt to the sky and become the star in the sky. And this happened for every single desert temple as more stars were coming into the sky, which is how the stars got there in the first place. But that's just my theory. I don't know where the Nether Star's going. That's just where I think they could have gone. Then they wanted to build new underground cities, so they started building like trail cities. But as you would have expected, there were gravel above them, and it was starting to cave in. That is where the journey of the ancient builders who created the desert temple ended up. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video because this took me a really long time to make, just like the last video. Please subscribe so I can be encouraged to make the next video, which is very cool, and I really like this theory, and it also makes sense. But see you whenever.